Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Stefon Diggs getting sued because of that missing Ferrari, wherein he blamed the concierge guy for stealing the Ferrari. I have some more information on that for you guys, and I'm here to provide you with some updates because critics believe that Stefon Diggs is going to jail over this Ferrari. Let's talk about it. But before we do, it is game on. I got my rapper chain on and it's game on. I got my chain on and it's game on. I got my rapper chain on and it's game on. I got my chain on. Okay? Now, I must say, Stefon Diggs is worse than Offset. I've said it quite a few times, and I think he has a lot in common with Cardib. I think Stefon Diggs and Cardib may just work out seamlessly because they have so much together in common. Now, in case you guys have missed it, right, I'm going to give you guys a quick summary of what had happened. Then I'm going to go into the updates that I have for you guys, right? So Stefon Diggs has this guy that runs a concierge service. He works with high-profile people, the rich and the famous, and he does a lot of transportation for them. So he was hired by Diggs to transport his car from Miami to New York and then from New York to Houston. The guy got the car from Miami to New York and from New York to Houston. But when the car arrived in Houston, it mysteriously disappeared in thin air. He made a report to the police. The police investigated and the police told him that it was a third party that stole the Ferrari. So the police basically said to him that the people who stole the Ferrari are very clean. They were very clean in doing it, and they are third party and they're experts in what they do, which gives a sense that a dealer had the Ferrari stolen. They were tracking this guy allegedly based on what I'm learning from the reports, and they knew when to make their move, and they did so. This concierge guy waited until 2 years before he moved in with his lawsuit against Stefon Diggs because he's saying that after the car got stolen, Stefon Diggs started telling everyone that he stole the car. The concierge guy stole the car, and the concierge guy is saying the police investigated and they did not have him as a suspect and they did not find any evidence connecting him to the theft of the car. So the concierge guy said that Stefon Diggs started telling people that he's a thief. Stefon Diggs was bad-mouthing him. He lost business. And not only that, Stefon Diggs started sending his goons around so that his goons could threaten him. The goons showed up at his house demanding back all the gifts that were given to him by Stefon Diggs, right? Not only that, he said that he was at a club. Stefon Diggs' brother was at the club too, and a few of other Stefon Diggs' friends, and he said that Stefon Diggs' goons showed up at the club and gave him a beat down, honey, a beat down. And he said Stefon Diggs' friend and colleagues stood there and did nothing. Doesn't that give the sense that they were communicating with the goons, telling the goons, oh, he's here, he's still here? We've seen those things happening before, right? So more information is coming out about what happened. We have some more details and all of that we did not get in the first report because so many media outlets, they're chiming into this, honey, and they're digging deep because so many people are concerned about who Stefon Diggs really is at this point, right? So they go in to talk about him having another lawsuit And this lawsuit is from a former associate accusing the star player of defamation and other serious civil offenses connected to a stolen luxury vehicle. According to court documents reviewed by New York Post, the lawsuit was filed on February 3rd of this year in Miami-Dade County, Florida. The plaintiff, who claims he previously worked for Diggs, alleges that the dispute stems from the disappearance of Diggs Ferrari roughly 2 years ago. The complaint lists several causes of action, including defamation, civil conspiracy, vicarious liability, ratification, and aiding and abetting assault and battery. That's when he's basically saying Stefon Diggs and his goon conspired together to have him beat up, right? So he's also saying Diggs' brother, Green Bay Packers corner Trevon Diggs, and former colleague defensive back D'Arz Marcen Diggs are also named as defendants. He claims they were in the clubs when the goons came in and beat his ass in the club. Can you imagine? No. In the lawsuit, the plaintiff claims that in July of 2024, Diggs asked him to coordinate the transportation of the Ferrari from Miami to New York and later to Houston. The vehicle was allegedly stolen once it reached Texas. While law enforcement reportedly concluded the theft was carried out by an unrelated third party, which means that the police has an idea of who stole it, and it was an unrelated third party. The plaintiff alleges Diggs began telling mutual contacts that he was responsible for the car's disappearance. The complaint states that the tension escalated over the following months, leading to multiple confrontations involving individuals close to Diggs. The plaintiff alleges that in January 2025, Diggs sent him a text message saying he was responsible and accountable for all actions of those around me, right? So he's saying Diggs messaged him and said that he was responsible for the actions of the people around him, right? No, the lawsuit further claims that members of Diggs' inner circle approached the plaintiff at a restaurant in Houston. So that wasn't a club, it was a restaurant. And Miami. So they have been harassing this man, threatening him. And it doesn't end there. They also showed up at his home and demanded that he return gifts that were previously given to him by Stefon Diggs. According to court documents, the situation reached a breaking point in December of 2025 during an incident at the Miami nightclub. That's where they gave him the beat down. The plaintiff alleges that two people associated with Diggs physically assaulted him while Trevon Diggs allegedly witnessed the altercation, and Trevon Diggs didn't do anything or say anything, honey, and that is suspicious. Court filing says that the man sustained serious and permanent physical injuries, including a torn ACL and a partially torn MCL and facial injuries. He's seeking damages exceeding $100,000 and that the case be tried as a libel and slander action. So this guy is not after money. If he was after money, this guy would be suing for millions, because what does Stefon Diggs has? Money. So he's not after money. He's after accountability. No, representative for Stefon Diggs, Trevon Diggs, and a former attorney for the Patriots, Vi0lent, did not immediately respond to requests for comments. The lawsuit comes amid other legal scrutiny for Diggs. In December 2025, He was accused of assaulting a personal chef at his Massachusetts home and was charged with strangulation or suffocation. Diggs has publicly denied the allegations. This man is violent and aggressive. Stefon Diggs is violent and aggressive. He is. Stefon Diggs is violent and aggressive, and Cardib needs to be careful. She needs to be very careful. When I tell you guys that Cardib has jumped out of the frying pan and she has literally jumped into fire, this is what I'm talking about. When I say this man is worse than Offset, this is what I'm talking about. And if he did that to the chef allegedly, had the concierge beat down allegedly. And do you guys remember when I said to you that there's this guy on TikTok who claims to be a former colleague of Stefon Diggs, and he's saying that Stefon Diggs has had problems with aggression and attacking people, getting people beat up? No. It wants to give the sense that that guy knows what he's talking about, because here's another such example. And can you imagine? His brother was right in the club. It gave the sense that the brother was communicating. I'm not saying he was, but that could have been what happened. The brother was telling the goons, oh, I'm at the club and he's here. How did they know his whereabouts? Trailing that guy to the club and giving that guy a beat down. A beat down, honey, a beat down over a missing Ferrari. And that guy is not suing for millions. He's just suing for $100,000. He's not a greedy person. He's not about money, but he's about accountability. That is what I see. I don't see greed here. I see accountability. I see he wants his money that was spent on his medical fees to be covered. He should be aiming for more than $100,000 after such beatdown, after such humiliation, after such. But then again, he has other clauses in the lawsuit, which means that the court is going to determine other portions that he's entitled to. So it's not just the 100,000. Remembering that, it's not just the 100,000. He's going to win this case. He's going to win this case unless the nightclub is going to lie and say they have deleted that footage. And if they did not, well, America is different from England. But Stefon Diggs, if he did this to the guy, he should be held accountable. No one should take the law into their own hands like that. It is wrong. It is definitely wrong. And can you imagine the nightmare? And the police investigated and said it was a third-party theft, which means that these people who stole that car are dealers. The guy is just a concierge guy. But anywho, guys, leave your comments below. I want to hear from you. We're going to talk some more in the comment section. Peace.